Restart Small Business Series is an awesome opportunity for small businesses to get some education on how to grow and scale their business, especially during a time of uncertainty such as COVID. So thank you very much for putting all of this together. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the why, what, and how of sales funnel software. I've got some experience in this space and wanted to take the opportunity to at least to wet the audience's whistle a little bit around this subject and get people to start thinking about using sales funnel software as a way to gain some efficiencies and automation within their business. Just a little bit about myself. I got a little collage here that I like to use as kind of some lifestyle inspiration. But this is me in a nutshell. I've got a wife, Becky, a beautiful daughter, Olive, obviously very driven and motivated by business. I've got about 27 years of marketing experience, selling television advertising for a national top ABC affiliate. I've worked in a number of different industries relative to corporate America. I ran e-commerce for a national top power tool brand. I'm currently working in a marketing and brand strategy leadership role for a regional health system up in the Fox River Valley. And just give you that context a little bit to just share with you that there's a number of things that I've learned over the years that I'm hoping to be able to share with you today. So we'll talk a little bit about, why is a sales funnel important for your business? And really, it's all about efficiency and automation for sales and marketing. And when we're talking about small business environments where you got to wear a number of different hats, you've got to do almost everything in your business, from bookkeeping to taking out the trash. Very important to implement and instill efficiency and automation in your everyday processes, and especially for sales and marketing, where it's certainly a heavy lift to do that on an ongoing basis. So we'll start with a little bit about what is a sales funnel. And really, a sales funnel is a series of digital steps that guides a visitor through a sales process for a product or service, acting as a digital concierge by presenting relevant purchasing opportunities through the concept called value laddering. I know that's a lot of words there, and hopefully I'm going to try and break it down for you very simplistically so that you can follow. But the first concept we want to talk a little bit about is value laddering. And as you see on the left axis, the left axis is value and the bottom axis is price. And value laddering really is a concept of trying to lead a consumer through the purchase of increased value products or services over time. I like to think about it as dating your consumer. You're not going to ask your consumer to marry you in the very first interaction. But you take them on a date, you introduce them, you get them comfortable, you make them aware of who you are and what your characteristics are, what your authority is. And then as you proceed and progress through the value ladder, then you start to get a little bit more serious in your relationship. And that's really what the concept of value laddering is all about. I'm going to try and explain a real life example for the audience here that hopefully can translate into a real life scenario. And that would be a chiropractor. Let's say that I'm a chiropractor and all I do is offer adjustments for $50 as my delivery model. Well, there's only so many adjustments that I can make in a particular day at $50. And I might be able to make 15 adjustments at $50 a day. But I'm really capped out at my earning income at $750 because I can't really scale past that. There's only so many hours in the day to be able to see patients. Plus, I've got to talk to my staff. I got to do the books. I've got to clean the office. I got to take out the trash. I've got to do a number of things. Those adjustments at $50, relatively low on the value ladder and relatively low on the price ladder from a service delivery standpoint. So it's really difficult for that business to scale and to drive additional value and revenue for their customers. If you take a chiropractic example and you add it and you overlay it with a value laddering principle, you've got yourself some additional income opportunities for your business. And so in this particular example, we want to talk about maybe introducing 7 strategies to dealing with back pain as an ebook lead magnet for your consumers. It would be a free offering, but it would introduce a tremendous amount of value to the consumer, and it would start to position you as an authority in the chiropractic space in exchange for an email address. And I think this is a very important point to call out. When you list building from an email perspective is really building your universe or your target audience for your customer or prospect. And by gaining or obtaining email addresses, now you have an opportunity to nurture relationships with your consumers. You have the opportunity to communicate value relative to your product or service and introduce new enhanced value added purchasing opportunities for your customers. So in this particular case, I might introduce an ebook to my target audience around dealing with back pain. But now I've got their email address. I have introduced some value to that consumer. And now I can start to nurture that relationship by offering additional value to the consumer. And so in this particular case, it might be a front-end offer that offers massages. It might be a low-priced offer, but it allows you to move that consumer up the value ladder and gain additional interaction with your consumer. Once you've started to get them comfortable with massages, then you start to introduce the concept of adjustments. And through the massages, you might start to learn a little bit more about the pain points, no pun intended, of the consumer and what they might need in order to cure their ills or their pains. So an adjustment might be offered at $100. And as you can tell, in this particular case, adjustments have gone from $50 in my previous example to now $100. And the reason you're able to do that is perceived value of your services. You have introduced an ebook and you introduce yourself as an authority to the consumer. You've offered massages. Now you're offering adjustments. The perceived value of your customer has significantly, the perceived value of the service that you offer has significantly increased by the eyes of your customer. And then once you get them through that process, maybe you offer a high ticket back-end offer, such as a 52-week wellness program for $2,500. Hopefully the audience, everyone watching today can see the concept of value laddering and how it might be able to apply in your business. Now all we're trying to do is just translate the value ladder into a sales funnel. And a sales funnel is all about turning strangers into customers. So a lead magnet would be the ebook example. Then we're talking about a front-end offer of a massage, an adjustment, and a back-end offer. And so that's what this sales funnel in the chiropractic example might look like. At the end of the day, a sales funnel does not have any relevancy to any business owner unless you can get traffic, internet traffic, into your sales funnel. And so traffic is a very, very important component of a sales funnel. It's about targeting your target audience digitally, and then getting them introduced to your product or service through the sales funnel principles. You can do that by a variety of different ways. On the left hand of the screen, you'll see Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And it's really all about providing value and producing content to surface yourself and position yourself as an authority in the space that you work or provide services in. And you can do that through a variety of different ways. Facebook groups are a tremendous way to really, really niche down and find a core audience of people that are prime and ripe for buying your product or service. YouTube, the nation's second largest search engine, owned by Google, has algorithms that will allow you to get in front of your core or key target audience. And then LinkedIn is probably the most underutilized tool to present value and produce content to get that in front of your target audience. Another strategy would be paid advertising. As a small business, I would encourage us to think about how to maximize the use of organic traffic, because not everyone's got a large advertising budget to drive traffic through to their funnel. But once you're able to get people exposed to who you are, what your authority is, and what type of value you can bring to solving their particular pain point, then you send them through this process, which is the sales funnel. First, present something of value for free in exchange for an email address, which would be the ebook, what we discussed earlier. Now you've got them in your email list, and now you can start to nurture them through a series or sequence of emails to help walk them through or act as a digital concierge through the sales process for that particular consumer. And another thing that is very, very effective is retargeting. So people that hit your sales funnel but might have dropped off, and here's the truth for everyone, guys. Not everyone that comes into your sales funnel is automatically going to walk through this process in a seamless way. It's going to take some nurturing. It's going to take some additional touch points. Email touches and retargeting are certainly ways to do that, because then you are talking to people that showed an initial interest through the consumption of your ebook. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a context in terms of what sales funnels are and how they might benefit your business. Bottom line is, sales funnels are processes that sell your product 24/7 with sales automation. And I think for anybody that's a solopreneur or running a small business with a limited number of employees, efficiency and automation is key to being able to scale your business. So I've talked about sales funnels. Now I'm going to talk about platforms that deliver sales funnels. There's a lot of different platforms out there, but I can tell you in my experience, there's really an industry leader around sales funnel automation, and that's Clickfunnels. Clickfunnels was created in 2014 by a gentleman named Russell Brunson. He really, really understood direct response marketing and took the key and tried and true principles of key response or direct response marketing and applied them in the online space, and used this software platform that has really, really changed the lives of entrepreneurs across the United States and across the world. I mean, this is a worldwide platform. He's got over 100,000 users worldwide. They did 360 million last year in 2019. And Clickfunnels is built specifically for entrepreneurs. It's built for people that don't have a lot of time, that don't have a lot of technical and coding experience, don't have the ability to build these things on their own. Clickfunnels is a platform that is tried and true and truly is the industry leader relative to sales funnel platforms. I'm going to give you an example. I thought no better way to give you an example than to start with the sales funnels, Clickfunnels themselves. They've written a lot of books. Russell Brunson's written a lot of books, and they used sales funnel principles to drive people into their funnel to try and ultimately act as a digital concierge by giving them step-by-step digital pages and offers that move their customers up the value ladder. So I'm going to, as you see on the left-hand side here, this is a Facebook ad that was presented via Facebook, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to pull in here the landing page, which is I'm just sharing with you their funnel. It really is a one-page funnel. It actually, you can't see it. Okay. No. I thought we might have some issues with being able to see that, so I apologize. We can send the deck out at some point and share with you. But the bottom line is, looks like I need to reshare my screen here. Hold on, I apologize.
No problem. I think
it's the wonders of technology.
Important things here is traditionally sales funnel software and sometimes marketing automation systems are really reserved for mid to large size companies. And one of the things that Clickfunnels and Dropfunnels and some of the other providers have provided really in terms of the price point and how user friendly they are, really provided now entrepreneurs and small businesses the opportunities to use this software. So
yeah, I was gonna say the price point's very affordable. The introductory package is $97 a month. It is very, very affordable. They do have an upsell. Go figure, right? It's $297, and it comes with a tremendous amount of not only training on the platform itself, but it comes with a tremendous amount of training about online marketing and how you can leverage the online space to drive and scale and grow revenue for your brick and mortar business or whatever your service business might be. And so there's a tremendous amount of resources available. I think the value that Clickfunnels provides is absolutely ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. So what I want to do is reshare my screen here. Can you?
Yep. Here, let me bring it back in. There we go.
Okay. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to take you through a funnel, but the bottom line is you got to book an ad that's presented via Facebook. You click through the learn more button, it takes you into a funnel, and the funnel might present you a video about the book. Very, very free, and there's free content that promotes the book. And then what it does is it takes you through a next step now that you've consumed that particular piece of content that says, hey, I've got this book. I'm going to give it to you free of charge. All you have to do is purchase the shipping. So for $9.95 is the shipping cost. I'll give you the book for free. And then they send out the book. So that's the next step in the value ladder. Then they'll start retargeting you with ads or start to email you, because now they've got your email address, and start to offer additional value relative to Clickfunnels. And it might be a small training for $39 that they might offer. That's getting you up the value ladder. And then finally, they'll try and get you into the software, which is a $97 subscription cost. So it is the great thing about Clickfunnels is they drink the Kool-Aid. They understand that this is the way that online marketing is and happens, and it's about creating tremendous value for your audience during each step of the value ladder, to get people to purchase more products and services from your company because you've started to establish yourself as a trusted authority. So I'm going to jump ahead here. I've got a couple of other funnel examples. I can't take you through it because obviously live, because for whatever reason, StreamYard's not allowing me to show you the actual funnel. But here's a consulting company that has retargeted me because it said, hey, I saw that you checked my training out but didn't book a call. Now it's driving me to a funnel that is trying to re-engage me into the sales process. And the great thing about retargeting is you can establish and automate email and advertising messages relative to where people either continue on or leave off from your funnel. So it really gives you the ability to automate that process, write emails and write ads that will allow people to re-engage based on where they left off in your process. And it really is an effective way to move people through the value.
Yeah, John, let me just add something here. So guys, for example, if you think of your business, right? So let's say you're business to consumer, you are selling a wellness program, right? So traditionally what you might have done is just had a newsletter and send out an email blast, and you're treating everybody the same. The beauty about this software, what John's saying is you can literally take all of those prospects, and depending on how close they are to purchasing from you, you can basically customize the flow to each of those customers. So before, let's say you had 100 customers and you just hit them with the e-newsletter every single month, and everybody's getting the same message, whether they're ready to come in and try out your studio once, or they're already a customer, or they've never heard from you before. And so this allows you to really tailor it, because that message is going to be much more specific to how interested I am. The close rate and the engagement rate is going to be significantly higher. So that's kind of the essence behind it, and how it could work for your business, and why it's really important versus just traditional pounding out e-newsletters, doing cold calls, having telemarketing campaigns and all those sort of things. So sorry about that, John. Go ahead.
No, I think it's a great point, and I'll take that even a little bit further. One of the great things about Clickfunnels is your ability to segment data. So let's say that you have a number, let's say that you've got 5 or 6, we'll even just say we've got three product or service offerings for your business. You do not want to market necessarily to everybody the same, because your segment of your audience and their persona, their prospect profile might be different for one person that buys one segment of your offering and then someone that buys another. So you can segment the data and then message to them appropriately based on who they are and where they are in your sales process. So very, very powerful approach. And it really, really is a great way to start to automate some of your sales and marketing functions with your business. I've got another funnel example. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to jump ahead to this one. I want to talk just a little bit about a virtual program that Clickfunnels offers. It's a virtual 30-day program that will guide you every step of the way to creating a highly profitable funnel. It is a tremendous training and has changed a number of lives in the entrepreneurial space by going through this training. It's 30 days. They'll tell you it's an hour a day. I'll tell you from real life experience, it's more like 2 to 2.5 hours a day in order for you to really, really get your full value out of it. But I can tell you it's life-changing. And not only will you create a highly profitable funnel, but you'll learn along the way on how to apply this highly profitable funnel principles in your business, and it will really kickstart you and springboard you into changing your mindset around sales funnels and how they might benefit your business. The One Funnel Away Challenge is $100. It does require a $97 subscription as well to the Clickfunnels software program, but after 30 days, you're not locked into a contract. If after 30 days you want to get out of your Clickfunnels relationship, you have the ability to do so. So in theory, you're talking about a $200 investment to really get walked through step by step on how to create a highly profitable sales funnel. Dave, did you have a question?
Nope, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Also, one other thing I wanted to share from a Clickfunnels perspective is Russell Brunson wrote a trilogy of books called .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, and Traffic Secrets. And these are the blueprints of online marketing and how you can apply these online principles and sales funnel principles into your business. I highly recommend checking this trilogy of books out. I've read .com Secrets. I've got Expert Secrets on the way to me, and certainly I'm going to read Traffic Secrets as well. But I know they're highly reviewed and have changed how people online run their business
I'm
online.
reading .com Secrets right now, guys. It's a great read, and I'm going to get the other two as well.
The last thing I'd make mention is there's a Clickfunnels group on Facebook. Not only what I've found with this community is everybody, and it's all entrepreneurs, everybody wants to support the success of your organization. If you get involved in this Clickfunnels group, not only I just tend to typically sit on the sidelines and just consume and absorb the value that's being exchanged in that group. It's tremendous. And it also introduces you to resources that will help you execute against your funnel. If you don't want to build a funnel on your own, there are resources that you can find through this group that can do it at a very, very affordable price. I always use this terminology. Do what you do best and outsource the rest. You've got a number of hats to wear in your particular business, and there are a tremendous amount of resources that can get you from A to B relative to automating some of your sales and marketing processes. Lastly, Funnel Hacking Live is a yearly conference that brings in about 6,000 to 7,000 people from across the world, all surrounding this community called Clickfunnels, and will introduce you to different strategies on how to best and effectively use sales funnel software to introduce or to automate sales and marketing within your particular business. Last but not least, I did want to just share with you my contact information. If anybody out there wants to chat, hit me up on LinkedIn or hit me up on an email, and I'll be happy to jump on the phone with you, talk to you a little bit about your business, and see what we can do to get you on the right path to implementing sales models within your organization.
Great. All right. Thanks a lot, John. That was awesome. I think why don't you guys can go ahead and start rolling with the questions. We do have about a 20-second delay with StreamYard. John, I'm just going to take your screen out. So guys, go ahead, bring your Facebook live questions in. One of the things I just want to mention is that price point might be a little scary for some people. Clickfunnels isn't the only software that's out there. They happen to be kind of the gold standard, but there are software packages available from other companies like DropFunnels, HubSpot. There's Kajabi for course creators. So this isn't the only option, but it does tend to be the gold standard. While we're waiting for some questions to come in, I'll talk about how actually I'm going to be using it. I started the group, obviously helping you guys out with awesome interviews with people like John. We've got people literally exchanging leads and generating income back and forth. Obviously, I've got my book, Restart Small Business Guide to Thriving During Chaos. And one of the things that John challenged me to do is to start thinking about a funnel for Restart Small Biz. So obviously we're bringing people into the group totally free, engaging people as a community, not just sending emails. And then I've given out some free white papers. Obviously there's purchasing the book, which is $14.99 on Amazon. And then the other thing we're going to start doing is providing one-on-one coaching. So I'm actually going to start doing this the next week or so. So if you think about it as a funnel, so that you've got, obviously the white papers, people are coming into the group, they could buy the book, and then after that, potentially, they could get the coaching. But it's a really, I think John talked about it, it's not just the process that people go through, but the other great thing is you can do it based on the product that people or the service that people are purchasing from you as well. So, all right. Any questions out there that we have? Okay, I just actually got a text question. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Charlie's coming in. How can you further increase value in your sales funnel if you feel stuck or you're unable to provide more value in your business?
Yeah, I can answer that question. At the end of the day, you have control. You have control, right? So if you don't have a product or service that is naturally able to increase the value, then create one. Mm-hmm. You have that ability. I mean, you've got to think about this as a strategy. How do you have products and services at the price points that can then increase people's ability to engage with your brand or your product or your service over time? And if you don't, you need to start to educate yourself by talking to your consumers and say, hey, what is it that you need from me that I'm not offering? Your consumers are your best test pilot. So how do you engage with them, survey them to find out what are some unmet needs that you're not meeting from a need standpoint with the consumers, and then you can start to build solutions around those unmet needs that will help support you running these consumers through that value ladder and then increasing purchasing opportunities for your products or services.
Great. Thanks, John. I think we've got time for one more question here. We're trying to keep these to a half an hour, and we've got a little bit of a delay here on Facebook. I'm not seeing one yet, but I'm going to wrap up with this one. I have a text here from Tom, and Tom has asked, how do you develop all the content, right? I mean, getting the software is one thing, but I think Tom's question is specifically getting the software, defining the process is one thing. What about the design elements, creating the copy? Obviously, there's legwork available there. So how does, a single person or maybe a two-person small business owner get that done?
So this is what my recommendation. Content creation is somewhat difficult, but really I think people overcomplicate it. And here's what I would recommend. Start a podcast. Videotape that podcast. So now I've got an audio piece of content and I've got a video piece of content. I can slice up different pieces of that podcast and take little snippets, little audio snippets and video snippets, and turn them into Facebook posts or value that you can contribute in a Facebook group. I can take that podcast and I can get it translated into a printed script that then I can use for blog posts. And then it's all about taking that piece of content and reusing it in as many formats as you possibly can. So it's not about, I've got to create a blog, I've got to create a video, I've got to do a podcast, I've got to do X, Y, and Z. Is create one piece of content and figure out a way to repurpose that content in as many platforms as you possibly can. I call that turkey slicing. You take a big turkey, you slice it into many different pieces, and it is a great way to effectively produce content and not have to really feel like you're overwhelmed from a content production standpoint.
And I think you mentioned a podcast. Obviously, it doesn't have to be that complicated. People could, record a video, something like this, right? And I could slice and dice it and push it out, or, just use basic software on their laptop, record different elements of training, and then kind of take those pieces and then just segment them out. You can test it on different platforms too, right? So obviously we're doing this live right now in our Facebook group. I'm actually testing putting it on YouTube as well. But the idea is you get people to join the group so we can kind of build the community. So you do all sorts of testing like that. All right, we're a little bit over on time. You guys know how militant I am about time. Big thanks to John. Great job. Really appreciate this. This is cutting edge stuff. Now we've got actually more questions coming in. I think what we're going to do, John, is we'll have you back on another show if that's all right with you, and then we can address some of these questions, and then maybe take an even deeper dive into it, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
All right.
I just make mention, I'm going to put some links out in the comments section to Clickfunnels, to the books, as well as my contact information. Thank you so much for having me today, Dave. It's been a blast. Happy to come back and do it again.
Yeah, and next week, guys, so we've got Dude, Where Is My Cash? That is going to be presented by Tim Carr, really sharp guy that I work with here at Whitewater. He teaches entrepreneurial finance. He's owned many of his own businesses. MBA from the University of Chicago, which is generally regarded one of the top finance programs in the U.S. Really dynamic guy as well, just like John and our other guest speakers. Don't want to miss him. Again, if you don't have the book, Restart, Small Business Guide to Thriving During Chaos, $14.99, in paperback, $9.99 for yourself, or on ebook. If you're not getting it for yourself, help another small business owner out. I kept the price really low just so that any small business owner can afford it or gift it to someone else. Again, guys, thanks for your time today. Hope you found this really valuable, and we will see you next Wednesday at noon on the Restart Small Biz Speaker Series. Have a great day, guys. See ya.